The importance of closing the sale. What are the 3 things that you must do in order to close a sale successfully? And not only that, but to get repeat clients over and over again. What are those 3 things? I'm going to talk to you about them right now. Hi, I'm Paul R. Atkinson, your professional coach. And before we get started, just remember, in the description, click on the link that's going to help you to be more successful in your business. And remember to give this a thumbs up and to share with your friends and family. So we're going to talk about what are the importance of closing a sale. There's 3 unique things and 3 things that you must do to close that sale effectively. And when you say closing a sale effectively, what does that mean to you? It means that the customer is happy. They can only think about you because it was such a great pleasure. And not only that, but they want to give you more referrals. All of those things happens when you do these 3 things. Number 1, you get a strong connection with the client. Connecting means that the client likes you, they're listening to you, they trust you, and they believe in you. And you could do those things by using 3 specific techniques: the association technique, the mirroring technique, and psychological reciprocity. These techniques you can use to get the client to connect with you, to trust you, to like you, and to believe in you. Then, in part of you doing that connection, you're actually discovering what they want and what they need. And then you move on to number 2, which is the presentation. So remember, 3 things that you've got to do to have an important, effective sale. And that is, 1, you definitely have to have the connection. 2 is the presentation. What about the presentation that should be important? Well, you got to make sure that presentation has what the client wants to see, needs to see, and how they're going to feel. We call it the want, need, and the DBM. So what do the client want to see? What do they need? And what's their DBM? What are their dominant buying motive? What is their emotions? Is it presented to them? Can they see what they're wanting to see inside the presentation? Can they see what they need? What they actually need to solve their problem inside of the presentation? Can they see it? And then finally, can they really feel that, like, oh yeah, man, this feels good? Can they imagine themselves with your services or product? Isn't that interesting? Simple, but a lot of people don't get it. Now we're doing this for you to get it. And then finally, the last thing that you need, number 3, is close. You need to close. You need to know how to close. You know what's the secret to closing? Well, there is a secret to it, and I'm going to tell you when I see you. In the description, click on the link and connect with us, and I'll tell you the secret. But you definitely need to know the secret to closing. Once you close a deal properly, guess what happens? The client is happy. They're ecstatic, as a matter of fact. They've had such a wonderful experience that no matter what happens, you become contagious. You're like a virus because it's so good. You make them feel so good. It was such a great pleasure. And it involves all of these things that we're talking about: making the connection, giving a great presentation, and handling the closing effectively, right? When you do that, they're going to be very happy. And not only that, but guess what? They're going to give you a lot of referrals. Whenever your product or service comes up in their life, they're going to think of you first. And there's a secret to the whole thing, but I'm not going to give you the secret. You need to connect with us, and I'll tell you about it. But in the description, maybe you can click on the link and read about it, but there's a secret to it. So let's just sum it all up. There's 3 things that are very important for you to close a deal. Number 1, make a connection with the client. Number 2, make a great presentation. I always like to say make an impeccable presentation. And then number 3 is just closing the deal very well. Sometimes people don't even know when to close it or how to close it, but it's important that you close it. The most important thing when closing the deal is that the client feels as if they're getting what they want and what they need and they're happy about it. If there's any closing that's any different than that, then you're doing it wrong. I'm sorry. It's got to be something that's just so, they just got to be happy. That's it. The customer is always right. You just got to know that. So I've got to run, but you guys asked this question, and the question was what? What was the question? Let me see. The importance of closing a sale. That was the question. The importance of closing the sale. You wanted me to think about that? I did. And I responded. Three important things. You got to follow through. Hey, listen, until next time, remember, give this a thumbs up, give it a like, share it with many people as you can. And also in the description, click on the link that's going to help you to be successful. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you again. I've got to run. You know what I like to say? Let's go get 'em, Tiger.